Okay, so this is Slay. This is probably my favorite strategy game in the last ever, really. I really love how it works. So let's start up a new challenge here. This is gonna be island number 16, and we're gonna have a look at how this works. Can I change the transform method on this? Let's see. Transform. Nah. Okay, that's fine. Let's see filters. Good. Okay. Cool. Nice. So yeah, this is Slay. This is what it looks like. I can't figure out how to get a nice like pixely stretch instead of like a blurry one, but that's fine. So how this works is you start off in a map that's kind of randomly populated like this with a bunch of different colors, and your kind of objective is to take over as much of it as possible, whilst losing as little little territory as you can, sort of thing. So let's start off by looking and kind of taking stock of what we have here. So in this one here, we kind of run into a problem, which is there's trees and there's land that we could take. So starting off, getting rid of trees are more important than getting rid of land. It's really important to do that because otherwise you'll just eventually be swamped by it, and that can become a big problem. So looking around here, you can see there's this little yellow one that means we could take that and actually push through to get that sort of land, or there's this green one which we might be able to push through and get. You see we've got 2 people's worth here, so it means we can actually do this and hook these 2 up like this. This isn't ideal, but we've covered pretty much every base that we could want to, because each of these has like a protection radius of the 6 around them, right? Including this this central sort of town hall thing. And what this means is we've got a nice cut off here, which means we can actually just push through and get all of this. I'd expect our biggest scary thing that we need to kind of worry about, it could be blue. I think it's probably going to be blue, but yeah, we've got quite a lot of space in here, so we should be able to recover quite a few. This here might be a problem. This tree could spread, but the ones I'm particularly concerned about are this. What I'm going to attempt to do is establish this place as a sort of colony, cut this area off once I've got these trees gone, and then try and push up through here to link up to these who are going to block this off, take this area and push through there. That's kind of my strategy, to cut off the whole bottom section, basically. And we'll see how that goes. So that's all the moves I can make this turn, I think. There might be a couple more. Yeah, this one here. So what would be smart? What would be smart here? Well, what we should really do is think about it a second. I think I'm gonna take this one here. Oh no, I can't, can I? Ooh. See, this makes it a little bit interesting. So what we've actually got here, we haven't really got anywhere we can take aside from these 2, which are gonna kind of cut us off. But after that we can take this one too, and it should mean we have 6, which is enough to establish other stuff. Right now we've got 12 savings, plus 3 income, 15 balance. So what we're gonna buy is a tower, I think. That should keep us safe. And where's it gonna be best placed? Probably here. Probably there. Yeah, we'll do that. I think that's what we'll do, because that should keep us safe from this area here being cut off. Yeah, that'll be fine. Okay, so I'm gonna buy that tower and just leave that be there, and it means that this is all protected, so no one can take this now. And that's the end of my turn. So I click end turn and then continue on. And we should have a next move coming up. Okay, so now I kind of have to just take stock of what's happened. So you see how we've got 3 people here? They're all in quite strategic positions. There's a problem, which is this person here has connected them all up, and they will start to fill that out pretty quickly. I have to wait for a bit until this one's prepared to get a new person. So what I really want to do is get this connected up as soon as possible. And to do that, I really need to be a bit more strategic. So we run into some problems here. This is where we have to kind of start making some concessions. So I can only really move one person, and I can only move it really one way. I think the smartest way to do this is to place them there, and then try and push through this central area here. That means that these 6 are kind of protected, these 6 are protected, these 6 are protected. So it means that nothing's like at risk really, but I'm gonna have to basically just leave these people here. Now what I potentially could do actually is use another one as well. We can actually use 2, that would make more sense to do. And right now green is probably the most important to take care of. So you can see that every single piece has an adjacent person next to it now, and a town hall here as well. And this means that we're protected and no one can cut us off right now. They will be able to eventually. And now I've got these trees cleaned up. And this area here, you can see this is also protected in every place. So now we have to advance our turn. We're going to leave that person just there. We don't really want to do anything with them. And now we can think about what we do now. So because we've got these places cut off, we start to want to establish this area a bit better. And you can see we can get 2 people in here. And I'm just going to use them to kind of mop up the resources right now, because later on I'm going to combine them into a 2nd level troop, which is the Spearman, which can then take out these little town halls. But right now we really want to mop up the resources because we really need 6 or more, and it'd be ideal to have a couple of leeway that we can use and lose potentially. So that's kind of the goal there. Now with these people here, we need to start being a bit more strategic. You can see we can afford another person. So what I'm actually going to do is be a bit more aggressive. Like this. And that's pretty much it. Like, I don't really need to do too much. This here is a problem, but... we're going to probably lose 1 or 2 down here, but we'll need to connect these up later. What I'm going to do... what I'm probably going to do is... yeah, just leave them there. That's probably the smartest move here. And then advance time, I guess. Let's go. So, now we're in a bit of a more interesting position here now. So what we can do is we can start to think about what we want to do. Do I want to push up this way through the larger colonies with more people, or this way through the smaller colonies? I think the smartest thing to do here is just start pushing. And just go with that, because right now every move that I make should replace anything else here. You can see we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces. So even if 2 spaces are taken, we can still kind of push through and secure ourselves. And that should be fine. I really want to start pushing down this way as well. So what we want to do to start off with is help control this place here. And then using our pieces here, we want to be a bit smart about that. Cut this off here, and we'll take that next turn. I just want to start to sort of gather resources around this area, and that's probably best done like this, like that. And that's not ideal, but that's pretty good. So what we're actually going to do is try and kind of cover this whole area, and that should allow us to do that. I'm just going to take another drink. Right. So now we can start to progress. That might not have been the best moves, but I'm going to play it a little risky. Okay, so they didn't take too much out of this place, which is good. So I can cut that off now, cut this off now, do this, and then continue to kind of gather resources in this area. Now I could technically... I kind of fancy doing that actually. That does leave us a bit more open there. No, I'm not going to do that. It's smart to do it this way. It is smart to do it this way. And then we can actually just mop up resources around here as well. And I think that should be fine. And we should be able to connect in the next turn, I reckon. So you can see troops died here because I cut them off too much. This is where it's going to get interesting actually. So this spearman can't actually take this, but we need to just join these together really quickly, ideally. And then that should be fine. So we'll do that, do this, take that, and then we want to start bolstering our resources a little bit. Let me think about that a little bit more. I'd like to keep this whole area safe here, but I think that should be fine no matter what, because these guys have just died and had their thing torn apart, which means they have 0 in the bank right now. This area here could be problematic. Up at the top, I don't think it's very problematic at all. So I'm going to try and be smart about this and place one there. I think that should be fine. I think that's the best move I can make there. And then I'm just going to kind of mop up the resources around here too. Just like that. And that should... That's better because I don't want the trees there. And that should mean that we're pretty safe all the way along here. Now there is a potential for these guys to join up here actually. If they really push for it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to think about that a second. I'm still gonna make that move there. And I might make that move there as well. Although that one's a smarter move to make. We really want to keep ourselves safe down here, so I think our best move to make is that. Now you can see that this covers here, and then this covers here. So all these spaces are covered, which should mean that the only real risk is this green one, but he shouldn't be able to push through anywhere that will cut us off, so it means that our whole area down here is safe. So that's kind of the idea with that. And we keep our path, which is great. So let's see, what can we afford right now? We really want to do that. Control some of this territory up here. I'll cut this off because that's a smart move to make. Now there's a bunch of stuff down here we really want to take care of. So these trees are a biggie. I can only really take out 2 of those. I could take out 3, I guess, but yeah, we'll take out 3 of those. We'll take out 3 of the trees. This is worth it more. This is worth it more in the long run, I think. Yeah, we'll do that. That's a smart move to make. So that means we really can't be cut off at all right now, which is good. So we'll just end that turn. And you can see there's going to be a whole lot of trees going on. Right now, I'm not too worried about everything else. I just really want to focus on making sure we mop up those trees and secure this area a little bit more, I think. Like this. And we'll just put in our final one of these as well. Can we just do that a bit smarter? I mean, ideally, I guess that's a better move. Yeah, we'll do that instead. Fine, whatever. And I think that's probably as good as it's going to get. So now we just really want to bolster this territory, and I think we're going to take this way because there's a lot more castlage going up here. Well, maybe. I think our first area we're going to take is the bottom, and then probably this area here. This sort of central area has been quite sort of propped up by a lot of the other stuff. We have enough really to get a knight, but is that the best thing to do right now? Probably, actually. Let's get the central territory. And then do that. And you can see we've got this kind of whole area here covered now, so there's no one can really cut us off, which is great. That's kind of a really important thing to do, is kind of divide and conquer, and that means these areas can only really grow so big, which is, you know, a good thing. Let's see, savings 1, income 45, wages minus 20 right now, balance 26. Money 11. We'll end turn. So you can see, yeah, this is a problem here. All these trees, as soon as they get bigger, that gets to be a big issue. So we want to start taking away some of these trees as best we can, because otherwise we're in for a big raft of shit later on. I mean, right now, taking some of this out, probably the better move. We'll keep these areas kind of focused on, I guess. That tree won't get too big in one turn. Well, fuck it, whatever. We'll take it. I don't like the risk. These trees should be crushed later on anyway. So you can see that these are starting to. This is obviously going to be a blue territory, I reckon. I don't really see it becoming any other way. Blue tends to have. They're gonna have like a better area around here. So what we're actually gonna do is box them in, like this, and then I'll still kind of crush some of these trees because I still think that's an important thing to do. But for now, we'll just kind of focus on some other places too. Pop that just so it means that no one else can get through there. Continue to take the area around these. And I think we pretty much secured a victory at this point, but we'll see how it goes. Okay, let's see. Yeah, so do that. No, we won't. Do this, do this, do that. That means we can take them out of low level troops as well. So there's kind of that strategy there is important. What I'm going to do is actually start pushing here. Well, yeah, we'll go directly up there. Yeah, we'll put it up there because blue's going to push anyway, so that's probably a better idea. This whole yellow area has been overtaken, so I'm not going to worry about that too much. Let's see what's down here. We can crush that greens one, and then they should die next turn, so it means we've got the whole area down there sorted out pretty much. Let's think, anything else we can do? Probably just setting up this area to be a bit safer. I mean, it's not particularly difficult to do. We'll do like that, I think. Yeah, I think that sorts that out. That looks pretty good to me. As I said, we pretty much sort of confirmed the victory there now. So we'll end this turn. This is the only real problem in these trees, so I'm actually going to take out some of these early sort of happening ones here. Don't like them. We can take out a couple like that, take out this one here, and then put a couple people up here to sort of help balance that out. As I said, down here is going to get crushed next turn, which it has been. We'll crush blue right now, and then probably put in a smaller troop down here, just kind of to help squash out some of their resources. And fuck it, we'll make them like that, so it means they can't push through. And start to take out some of the bottom stuff. Those gravestones will turn into a tree the next turn, so I think that's pretty much good for us right now. Yeah, and you can see they've been crushed too. So what I'm going to do is do this. Grab a second one like this. Grab one of these, like this. And start to kind of mop up down here. Let's see. Should really start securing some of these places. But just doing stuff like that to keep that like within borders is a better idea really than anything else. Place those two together so we can take these. I really want to get rid of the trees before I get rid of this sort of area. That's not really too much of a big issue right now. And then we'll just start using some lower level troops to kind of mop up these areas. And you can see we've really secured it a lot better now. And we've already got a surrender. So yeah, that's pretty much the idea behind the game. You can see how it works with using the kind of area around these, that kind of thing. Hopefully that was informative, I guess. But yeah, I really like this game. Slay's fun, and that's pretty much it. Nice. Let's take a Salavari to a drink. That was a really easy island, to be honest. But yeah, that was a pretty easy island. 14 moves. Is that my best? No, I got a 13 with second level here. Anyway, yeah, that was pretty much it. See you in a bit.